Welcome to my next Supernatural Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Supernatural, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that's the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And full disclosure, it's actually my first time watching the show Supernatural. I've heard many people over the years tell me how great of a show Supernatural is, so I bought the Blu-ray box set, and now, almost a year later, I'm finally watching it, covering on the channel. And I'm actually in this for the long haul. There's 15 seasons, 327 episodes. I plan to cover every single episode. So this is going to go on for years, at least 3 years, maybe up to 5 years. So far, not very far into it. I think it's okay. Okay to good. It's not awesome. It's not bad. I wish there were more characters that had a more recurring role besides Dean, Sam, and I guess John, and the mom who's in it for a few episodes thus far. Hopefully we'll get a few people that are in it reoccurring. The show I kind of get Lucifer vibes from the show, but not quite Lucifer. So I don't know. Like I said, it's okay thus far. But I hope my opinion goes to, I really like it. We'll see. So join me on the journey and let's discuss this hopefully awesome and amazing show in the comments section, but don't spoil anything past this episode. Obviously, I haven't seen. Well, technically, I watched the next episode already, but don't spoil anything, please, because I'm watching it for the first time. So with all that said, this will be Supernatural Season 1, Episode 12. The title of this episode is called Faith, and this will be my first time watch review reaction recap after just finishing watch the episode. We start with Dean and Sam. They pull up to a house, and armed with tasers, they go in after Rawhead. It's a type of monster. Going down to the basement, they find two children in the closet and lead them out. They head upstairs when the creature grabs Sam through the stairs, and Dean fires at the creature. Dean sends Sam out with the children while he goes after the demon, managing to taser it, but it's standing in the water alone with Dean, and the conducted electricity injures him as well. And then Sam is at the hospital trying to handle insurance and covering with the police. The doctor reveals Dean suffered a major heart attack and is clearly concerned that they can't continue on. Sam calls their dad's answering machine and asks for help. Dean checks himself out and they reunite, but Sam's had no luck finding a way to help him. They do track down a friend of their dad's, Joshua, in Nebraska, and head there. The place is a far-flung tent belonging to a faith healer, Roy LaGrange. Dean is outraged and openly contemptuous. Then we have Layla, who's played, of course, by Julie Benz from Dexter, talks with them briefly, and then they get up front seat. And then we have Dean catches Roy's attention during his sermon and is called up front. Dean reluctantly goes up and everyone prays as Roy lays hands upon Dean. After a minute, Dean collapses, but when he wakes up, he briefly sees a glimpse of gaunt, emancipated old man standing behind Roy. And then at the hospital, the doctor confirms that Dean is healed, but notes that another young man had a heart attack that day and died. Dean is skeptical and feels it wasn't right and goes to talk to Roy and his wife, Sue-Ann. And then Roy woke up one day blind and with cancer, prayed and went into a coma. When he woke, he was cured and could heal people. Roy says he picked Dean because he saw that he had a purpose and a future. Sam checks out the dead man, Marshall, and notices a clock that stopped at the exact time Dean was healed and Marshall died. Dean runs into Layla and her mother coming to visit Roy, and it becomes clear Layla needs healing from a brain tumor, and she has 6 months to live. Layla is resolved, but her mother is upset and angry at Dean for being chosen. Sam checks and determines that every time Roy has healed someone, another person has died of exactly the same symptoms. And then Roy is healing another person, and a jogger in the woods is attacked by the same old man and dies of the same symptoms when it touches her. When Dean recognizes from the description, which Dean recognizes from the description as the Reaper. Dean determines that the Reaper can only be seen when they come after someone, and Sam remembers the cross at their revival show, a clock he recognizes from the death card of the Tarot, or the Tarot, I guess. Dean resolves to kill Roy, but Sam proposes they break the spell. Sam looks for the spell book while Dean tries to stall him before his next healing. Sam finds newspaper clippings mentioning those who have died, which Roy apparently believed were immoral. They believe his next victim will be a protester in the parking lot that they've met. Meanwhile, Roy calls up Layla. Dean tries to stop her without success. While in the parking lot, Sam hears the protester cry out and tries to get him away from the Reaper that he can't see. Dean calls out a fire before Roy can finish the healing, but the protester collapses. Sam is puzzled, but Dean sees Sue-Ann using a cross and interrupts her. The Reaper withdraws as the police take Dean away. Sue-Ann denies everything but doesn't press charges. Dean tries to explain to Layla but can't, while Roy and Sue-Ann promise Layla will get a private session that night. It becomes clear that Roy doesn't know what his wife is up to, and Sam finds a book from Roy's library identifying how to bind the Reaper with a dark altar and keep it away from her husband, then take out immoral people. They need to destroy the altar and the cross, while Dean wonders if they should wait until Layla is healed. Sam points out they can't play God, and Sam tries to find Sue-Ann while Dean draws the police off. Sam breaks into Roy's basement and finds the Black Shrine, complete with a marked picture of Dean. Sue-Ann confronts him and then locks him in the cellar, warning that Dean, as one of the wicked, is to be killed. Roy begins his healing of Layla. While near Dean, the lights go out and the Reaper appears before him. Sue-Ann prays over her cross while the Reaper grabs Dean. Both Layla and Dean collapse, but Sam manages to break out and destroy the cross. The healing fails as the Reaper, freed, goes after Sue-Ann and kills her through a stroke. Sam and Dean go back to their hotel where Dean wonders if they did the right thing. Layla visits and tells Dean of how she wasn't healed and that you have to have faith even when miracles don't happen. And Dean promises that he'll pray for Layla, and that's what ends this episode of Supernatural. So, good episode. It's good to see Julie Benz, as I'm a massive fan of Dexter, and I've met Julie Benz before. I'll give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. In my character of the episode, obviously Dean and Sam are the characters of every episode, and I like the Reaper character. He was kind of creepy, but I'll give it to Layla in this particular episode, and I wonder what's going to happen to Layla. We'll probably never see her again in the show, but maybe we will. So those are my thoughts on this episode. If you're a fan of Supernatural and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button. It does help out the channel quite a bit. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are regarding this episode of Supernatural. What would you rate it, and who would be your character of the episode? We try to stay away from Sam and Dean because they're the characters of every episode. But if you want to use one of them, that's fine. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, help me get over 100k subscribers. Yes, I know I set my goals pretty high. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.